Have you ever noticed how the people who wear black the most always feel a little different? They are present, yet slightly distant. They do not rush to speak, and when they finally do, their words feel measured, intentional, almost heavy with thought. You cannot quite explain it, but their energy feels controlled, private, quietly powerful. So you start to wonder, what is it about black that attracts them so deeply? Psychology says the colors we repeatedly choose are rarely random. They often reflect inner states, personality patterns, and emotional needs. When someone consistently gravitates toward black, it can signal a desire for control, privacy, depth, and protection, rather than just a fashion preference. Research in color psychology shows that black is strongly associated with authority, power, and sophistication. Your brain automatically links it with seriousness and control. That is why judges, executives, and high-status figures often wear it. But when someone chooses black daily, it can also be a subtle form of psychological armor. Black absorbs rather than reflects. Symbolically, it helps the wearer feel less exposed, especially if they value emotional boundaries or dislike unnecessary attention. You might notice they do not overshare. They observe first, speak later. This aligns with introversion and high self-monitoring, where a person carefully manages how much of themselves is revealed. There is also a strong need for autonomy here. Psychology says people who dislike herd behavior often express individuality through minimal or monochrome choices. Wearing black can quietly say, "I don't need bright colors to be seen. I define my own presence." This connects with self-determination theory, which explains that humans crave control over their identity and decisions. Instead of following trends, they create a consistent aesthetic that feels stable, predictable, and safe. If you have ever felt overwhelmed by chaotic environments, you know how calming visual simplicity can be. For them, black becomes a mental reset, a way to reduce sensory overload and maintain internal order. Perfectionism can also play a role. Black hides flaws, it creates clean lines, it gives a sharp, structured appearance. Research shows that people high in conscientiousness prefer organized and controlled presentations of themselves. They do not like looking messy or uncertain, so black becomes a strategy. Minimize error, maximize polish. This doesn't always mean they are emotionally cold. Sometimes it means they hold themselves to very high standards and do not easily show vulnerability. Your brain is wired to protect status and avoid social rejection. Maintaining a composed exterior simply feels safer. Emotional regulation is another layer. Studies suggest darker colors often reflect introspection and depth. Many people who wear black are comfortable exploring complex thoughts, even darker emotions, without feeling the need to broadcast them. They process internally instead of reacting outwardly. This relates to emotional intelligence, where reaction is replaced with reflection. So when they seem silent, it's often not emptiness, it's analysis. And when they finally speak, their words carry weight because those words have passed through layers of thinking first. Perhaps the most misunderstood trait is that they rarely let their faces fall. They value dignity. Psychology calls this impression management. It's the effort to maintain a consistent image even during stress. That can make them appear strong, mysterious, even intimidating. But inside, they may simply be protecting their softer parts, just like anyone else. So when you see someone dressed in black, remember this: it may represent power, autonomy, perfectionism, emotional depth, a desire for privacy. Not arrogance, not negativity, just a different way of managing identity and energy in a world that constantly demands exposure. If this made you see black lovers differently, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what does your favorite color say about you? And if you want more psychology that quietly explains human behavior, subscribe and stay curious.